Hello and welcome back to Game Over Gerkinman. I'm Gerkinman. This is of course Kameo. And first of all, I'd like to apologise again for last week's little incident there with the capture card freezing. I have actually nailed what the problem is that caused that. Essentially, well, I just bust open these crates. What happened is there must be like some loose cabling or something in... Oh god, I'm off to a bad start. There must be some loose cabling or something along... what's the word I'm looking for? Well, anyway, in our apartment building. So basically what's happened is when you turn on and off the bathroom light, that's the word I'm looking for, you will find that there's like a little short circuit, and it causes the HDMI signal gets interference, and that's what actually caused the capture card to freeze. So that is something I'm aware of. So from now on, if someone's going to the bathroom or whatever, I will do a cut to prevent any lost information. So I do apologise for that. Anyway, let's move on to whatever's next. Chester, you only ever growl when I'm recording. What's up with that? Do you hate the sound of my voice? Oh, it's because there's someone out there. They're cleaning out our old apartment, I think. Alright, we've got a thing over there to say we're doing a thing. So I think we're going to the swamp now. I think it's next. That's the quickest way to get down. Living life to the edge. On the edge. Why a character who can fly gets fall damage, I won't lie, I don't know. But anyway, let's head over to our next destination, which I think is we're making our way to the swamp, I believe is the last place we've got to go. If I remember correctly. So, in other news, I'm going to be restructuring this channel a little bit, which will mean that there will be gaps between games. So my new plan is, and this is so that I can actually, because at the moment I'm like trying to play other games for fun at the same time, and I can't because I have to record, 6 episodes of this a week or whatever. So what I'm going to start doing is, very similar to the old Game Over Gerkinman's, is I'm just going to play through an entire game without releasing anything, and then I'll release each game as though it's like a season. Each game will be its own season. So there'll be a period where there's nothing while I record everything, and then you'll get X amount of episodes either a week, or like there'll be an episode every like second day until the game's finished, or there'll be an episode every day. It'd probably be easier if I did it every second day. We'll see how I go with that. But I started recording Donkey Kong 64, which I kind of regret because the game's absolutely massive. So I was almost thinking of I'll keep chipping away at that, but I might actually play through Metroid Prime and have that come out next instead, just because it's a shorter game and I'm much more familiar with it, and we have been having technical difficulties with Donkey Kong 64 just because of the nature of the emulation on the Wii U that we don't want to be putting too much focus on. So, oh, that's right, we need to go back to the forest to do something. I forgot about that. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening in the future. So I hope you don't mind that. I hope you don't mind getting 3 episodes probably instead of 6 episodes a week. But that's just going to lighten my load a little bit, and it means I can put more time into each episode, a little bit more care, making sure each one's a little bit better. But I am sticking with doing Donkey Kong 64 and Metroid Prime. They are still the next 2 games, so that's not going to change. So if you were worried about that, don't be. But yeah, so we're coming back here. I believe we're going to unlock a new character. I believe. I'm not entirely sure why else we would be coming back here. But I got a feeling that that's what's going on. And I've also got a feeling all of a sudden that maybe I didn't have to come this way to get there. I was just looking at the map really literally. Oops. Oh well. I guess we'll find out in a second. Speaking of the bathroom light cutting out, we're about to take that risk right now, so let's keep our fingers crossed and we'll see what happens. While I'm punching this plant. It's fine, it didn't cut out. Maybe it's only it when it switches off. I guess we'll find out when Jess is done using the facilities.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Also, because Donkey Kong, whatever comes out next, isn't going to come out until after this Let's Play is finished. Unfortunately, Jess got... Chester, shut the fuck up! I'm sick of your shit. He's been growling all morning like a douchebag. There we go. I think he's being removed from the room. What was I going to say? I was going to say something really intelligent. I was talking about something. I've completely forgotten what it was. Oh yes, we were playing Donkey Kong 64, and the game, because of the way the camera works, which I had completely forgotten about because it's been a lot of years since I played it, unfortunately made Jess very, very motion sick. So while that game originally was going to have the two of us playing through it, it's going to be me after the first 2 episodes.
Warrior trainer? Hey, maybe you can help us. We're trying to get to the Ogre's swamp.
It sounds familiar. I'm sure I did know a way in. But I can't quite remember. My mind must be failing me.
Well, we don't have time to jog your pumpkin-addled memory. Think.
There's a jukebox over there that the customers can use at night. If you play my favorite tune, the one that reminds me of the old days, I'm sure it'll help me remember.
Good grief. Well, Kameo, if we want to find the Ogre's swamp, I suppose we have to oblige him.
Is this real life? Is this a thing that I have to do? I don't remember this at all. This is a strange. Oh man. Well, let's try one of these songs. You don't have enough runes? You don't have enough runes. What runes? What the fuck are the runes that I need? I don't know nothing about no runes. Is this things I'm supposed to have been collecting that I haven't been? Uh-oh. Well, I feel like I've just kind of like driven myself into a tough spot. Oh, I wish I knew about the runes. What the fuck is a rune? Alright, well, I don't know what a rune is, so I guess I'm going to have to go find out. So, I guess this is going to be a bit of a jump cut, and I'll be back and I'll know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here. So, be right back. Alright, and I am back. Okay, so runes are basically the main currency in the game, which I've actually had collecting for a while now, and I can't believe I could have just smashed that to get the runes that I needed to do that, because I just ran around the world looking for runes and I found 2. I had 3, so now I've got enough to do this. So anyway, let's play my little song. So, Feast of Kings doesn't sound like it'll jog his memory. Precious Memories sounds like it probably will. The Distant Lands also sounds like a possibility, I guess, because he doesn't know where the place is. Song of Sprites I don't really think it'd be, and The Giant's Travels I don't think it'd be. So let's try Precious Memories first. Oh look, it's a little... there's a stone vinyl, that's cute.
These tiny creatures will help you get to the Ogre's swamp. Good luck.
Okay, I guess I'm going to follow these little things. Where are they? Oh, they're on the map. Well, that's that. Well, let's get this show back on the road then. I was hoping the music would follow me all the way to the new...
Look like magmites. I thought they were extinct. Well, they can stick to certain surfaces, like the target over that door.
I'm guessing then that I need to use... Oh. Okay, so I can't do that.
Long way, but I'm sure Snare can hurl them onto the target if you aim well.
Aha. Well, let's try that then. Alright, so I haven't really tried doing any aiming with Snare, but let's see how we go. Oh. That didn't go as planned. So I wonder how you aim with Snare then. Oops, that's not Snare. So when he spits, he goes straight across like that. But it doesn't go a long way. I will say, because I was just messing around with Snare a little bit off camera, I really like the look of Snare. I think it's a really cool looking creature, but I'm not a big fan of the way he handles. Maybe I'm supposed to like do like a big spin and then throw him from that. Alright, if I do this, there's a little trail happening. No. Maybe from the high ground though, actually. If I do it from the high ground, because of the angle these guys fall from, maybe that's what I need to do. No. How? There's got to be an easier way of aiming the direction he's pointing at. Can you tilt his head around? What if you do this? So you can do it left to right. He always spits him the same way though. I know I'm doing something wrong. I guess it's going to be a matter of being able to try to work out what it is exactly. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe it's all in the swinging back and forth. Yes! Alright.
Magmites are explosive, so if you strike them hard enough, you might be able to detonate them.
I got a little bit of problem solving there. I worked it out. That feels like a good little puzzle. I don't know that it is a good little puzzle, but I feel like I'm satisfied working that out. It kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, because they don't really establish the way Snare's attacks work on a mechanical level. But I guess through like trial and error, I guess you should just be able to work that out, you know, yourself in your head. So anyway, we got there in the end.
When Thermite is rescued from the Shadow Troll, the Whatnot book will finally be full and your power at...
Alright, so we are going to get ourselves the very last creature in the game. This character was not a good choice for this particular level. Let's remove Chilla and replace him with I still love 40 Below. I do think in terms of like characters at least that I've unlocked so far, I don't remember what Thermite's like, but 40 Below is definitely my favorite character. I get the feeling I have to destroy all these. I just feel like 40 Below like handles the best. It's the most fun to use. I do get the feeling because the camera did focus on those things hanging from the trees that's going to have a lot to do with it. We're going to have to fight this guy. Is that a thing? Doesn't have a health bar. Maybe he's a good guy. Oh wait, there's one of those horn plants here too. So we have to wake something up somewhere. It's a little bit of an involved area. I think we're going to get it sorted out though. There's a lot of these spawning plants. I thought, didn't I just kill that? Do they grow back? Is that what happened? If these grow back, I'm going to be pretty mad. Okay, well, maybe Chilla's the guy we need to... I think it would make sense for Chilla to be the one that you use to open these up. Or to get the corks out when they're actually open. It's just a matter of what it is that actually gets them to open. That's the question. Because they seem to just open randomly. I saw one open a minute ago and then it was closed again and I don't know what triggered it. Well, there's also that horn plant thing over here, so maybe that has something to do with it. I do wish Kameo had some, like, better attack functionality. Like herself. Because, I mean, she's pretty much defenseless, and the only attack she has, you actually you trigger by, Oh, okay. Well, that's how we do it. Alright. So we don't have to use him at all. Oh, Jesus. We get attacks by everyone, everywhere. Bugs for days. Anyway. Oh my god. I'm getting my ass handed to me. But I'm not bad. I know I get bad frequently. But not today. Now let's put this into one of these. Do I throw it? Can I drop it straight in there? Perfect. So there's quite a few of these steam vents, so I'm just going to guess I'll have to get all these to get it to trigger. It's weird, like, 'cause it's a neat puzzle, I guess. I guess it's alright. It's not cool, just the amount of, like, shit enemies I've got around here, though. Do they really need 2 of these plants, especially when they respawn? Or could they set it? Could they have made it so that when you are playing as one of the creatures, you could also, as one of the elements or the sprites or whatever, then you could actually pick the berry or whatever it is up, because that also would have, because I mean these respawning plants that spawn these spiders are pretty annoying. Just hoping this guy actually runs into something. Okay, so you actually have to throw it in a way that makes sense for him to run into a tree as well. Alright, well, I think you get the idea of what's happening here. I have to do this quite a number of times, judging by the number of steam-filled... oh, this is annoying. Steam-filled ventilation shafts there are around here, so I'm going to, you know, basically cut this till when I'm onto my last one, because there are quite a number of these, and I don't think everyone needs to see me rip down every single one, because that might get a little bit boring. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we did it! Alright, so that isn't necessarily a bad part. There are some things I would personally do if I was to design this. Maybe that's something I should do in these videos more, is talk about like what I'd do differently if I was designing it. I personally would have just put the fruit like over the top of the vents, so when the troll like smashes into them, they fall directly into the vents. Just because that little extra process of running over there to pick them up doesn't really add a whole lot. And it's kind of annoying being attacked by the mosquitoes and things like that, but it doesn't add a whole lot to the game. But either way, we're going to go and get the last elemental sprite in the game. So here we go. Thermite or whatever his name was. And he's another silly-looking character in terms of like as a baby. I think he looks alright as an adult from memory, but as a baby, like most of them, he looks a little silly. Oh my god! All right, this guy's bringing out the big guns now. I guess because he's the last one, I suppose. So this is actually going to be a pretty short episode, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you think. And let me know what you think about me doing edits of these like little areas where I do get stuck. I think it's... Personally, I don't know why people would want to watch me stuck on a puzzle or whatever for extended periods of time. I know it's not something I'd personally like to watch. And I was thinking of doing the same for Metroid Prime. There's a lot of backtracking in that game, but unless there's something important that happens or that I need to point out during the backtracking, I don't think it's necessarily something I would want to leave in the actual videos themselves. So let me know if you're cool with that sort of stuff. Oh, just missed. He's going all the way out, this guy. His burning heads remind me a lot of the Lost Souls from Doom. Maybe that's what it's a reference to. Hard to say. Alright, take that. This boss fight's pretty straightforward. Aside from those lost souls coming down from the sky, it looks like it's going to take an extra hit. Usually these guys go down in 3 hits, this guy's looking like it's going to take 4, but it looks like aside from that, it's pretty much the same boss fight as all the others. No real big differences here. Well, I'm not entirely sure what. I guess I got hit by one of those. I'm just going to call them lost souls. I guess I got hit with one there. Yeah, you should only need one more hit. Lovely. Yeah, this in the comments, obviously there have been people who like KDH77, and I've forgotten the name of the other person who's been watching this. Sorry, I've forgotten your name. I've been asking about me having a bad time with this game, and look, a lot of it, it's just little things in this game that make it a little more inconvenient than I would like. It's mainly things like I just went in the controls during the options too to see if I could change the way, what's his name, Deep Blue controlled, and I found that you can make the camera inverted, and that also changes Deep Blue's controls, but I don't like having an inverted camera. I like it being the way it is. Like, I can't control one without the other. And so the little things like that are kind of what make the game less enjoyable for me. They're little, just like basically little control details that I'm not particularly fond of. It's the same with like the attacking with the triggers. It just maybe it felt natural to me when I played through it originally back in 2006. But playing through the game now, I do not like attacking with the triggers. It feels really unnatural and awkward to me. So it's definitely like, it's little things like that that hold the game back for me. I would probably enjoy this game more if I could completely change the control scheme. Let's have a quick look at this guy, by the way. He's got a funny little thing coming out of the back of his head there. So let's see what we got here.
Kameo, can you hear me?
Otho? Do you hear someone calling my name?
No. Wait! I bet it's the old hag and the ancestors trying to contact you telepathically. Concentrate.
Kameo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Mystic.
Very good. Now, listen to me carefully. Bring the Whatnot book back to me, to us, so we can make sure you're ready to face Thorn.
I'm ready now.
No! Racing off to fight him without preparation is exactly what he wants!
If Thorn wants a war, I'll give him a war.
Now you're starting to sound like your father, and I like it.
You insolent little child, you have no idea what you're dealing with!
Silence! Arguing will get us nowhere, and time is precious.
Wise, as always. But don't you also think, my dear ancestors, it would be wise for her to return to the Enchanted Kingdom before battling the dreaded Troll King?
Possibly. But if Kameo says she feels confident in her command of the Elemental Warriors, then I support her.
But she's only...
Enough! It's decided. Kameo, go forth and face Thorn with our blessing.
You're making a grave mistake.
We'll do what we can to rally the troops and come to your aid. Until then, fight for the honor of Solon.
For the honor of my father.
Fools! All of you!
Alright, so obviously she's obviously not a good thing. But yeah, it's mainly like the controls that I have an issue with this game. I think that they're just a... this guy's actually pretty cool. So I see he's a firecracker attack, just little things like this, and then there's the mortar, which is much bigger. No crosshair, which is interesting. Not that I really think it needs it. But this is something that I wish I could do with Chilla. As you can see, I can move and aim and shoot at the same time. And with Chilla, you're locked in place, and instead of... And he actually moves moving the movement stick around actually moves around his view, unlike Thermite, who the movement stick moves him around. So I do wish there was some crossover between the characters there. I'm sure they had their reasons for not doing that, but personally I just think that'd make it a little bit more convenient, I guess. So we'll get this fruit here, and we'll just give a couple upgrades, and then we'll call this episode a day. So we must be almost finished the game at this point, which is pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to wrapping this up. Not because I hate it, but because I'm looking forward to moving on to other things, and things that I won't get as frustrated at, except Donkey Kong is very frustrating. Anyway, so let's see what we got here in terms of upgrades. So I don't really like Snare much. I don't really give him any upgrades, but let's see what we can do for Thermite. We've got two. So let's see what Fire Burst does. This upgrade of Thermite's lava bombs will leave behind a pool of trolls singeing fire in their wake. Even after the explosion is dissipated, the flames will linger for several seconds. So that sounds like it'll be useful. And we can afford it. And then there's Atom Splitter. With Atom Splitter, the powerful advanced technique that affects Thermite's lava bomb, a single bomb will split into several smaller segments, which will then in turn explode. The resulting blast covers a wider area and deals more damage to any nemesis caught in the wake. I think that's the one I'm going to go for. So let's see how this guy looks when we do this. Thermite actually reminds me a lot of the there's the little ants in Viva Pinata, which are a bit like that too. All right, whoops. Oh, okay. Well, there's friendly fire on yourself. Anyway, it's awesome. I like the way this character handles a lot. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Join us next time as we go and try to take on Thorn, I suppose. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. So join me then, and I hope you have a great day. Catch you later.